So today for my first meal, I'm making something really easy. I really don't feel like cooking, but I got this chicken in the fridge I needed to use up. So I Googled recipes, found the easiest one I could think of. I've never tried this, but hopefully it works out. So very few ingredients. All you're going to need is some crockpot chicken, by the way. Crockpot, I think it's called garlic butter chicken and veggies. So here I have 1 pound of cut up chicken breast that I just seasoned with, let me see. I used this, the buttery garlic and herb, and a little bit of this, but you could use any seasoning you like, or just salt and pepper. And here, so 1 pound of that, and here I have 2 pounds of cut up potatoes. I left this skin on a few of them. I have 12 ounces of carrots, I think. That's all the carrots I have left, and the baby carrots were starting to look a little crustified. So I'm gonna put them in my crock pot. And here I have a tablespoon of chopped garlic, a teaspoon of parsley, and 4 tablespoons of margarine. I weighed it out, so it looks like just 3, but it's 4 tablespoons of margarine. And I'm gonna toss my potatoes and carrots in the crock pot with some salt and pepper. You need about a half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. And I'm gonna melt this up, and put I'm gonna drizzle this on top of my veggies and layer the chicken on top, and just cook that on low for 8 hours or high for 4 hours. My crock pot is pretty small, so that almost fills it up to the top. But I did season just a little bit with my garlic and herb seasoning, the potatoes and the carrots. So now I have my melted butter. I'm going to drizzle most of it on here and toss it around, and then add my chicken and put a little bit of the the melted butter on top, and then cook that. There you go. One of the easiest recipes I've ever made. So if this comes out good, I'll definitely put this on repeat. I've never cooked anything in my crock pot without any broth or sauce or anything at all. But I think the veggies are going to make their own sauce with the juices of the chicken. And I think it's going to be good. But yeah, gonna cook this. I'll do the 4 hours on high, and I'll show you guys what it looks like and if it's good when it's done. So this makes 4 servings for about 445 calories. There you go. Crockpot garlic chicken and veggies. Alright, so for my next recipe, I'm going to be making an Instant Pot cheesy hamburger helper. You could definitely do it on the stovetop if you want, with the same ingredients. I'll put like the recipe in the description. But for me, it's easier in my Instant Pot, so I'm just going to do that. I have some chicken here that I cooked for some lunches this week. But in my Instant Pot on saute, I have a pound of ground beef cooking. I have lean ground beef here. You could use turkey, chicken, whatever you want. Originally, I was going to use just half a pound, but I figured for a little bit more protein and calories, I would do the whole pound. So a pound of ground beef here. I'm about to add half an onion and a couple cloves of garlic. You could do a tablespoon of the jar garlic, or like half a teaspoon maybe of the powder if you don't have fresh garlic, but I like fresh garlic. Also, I actually got a little stand for my phone, and it broke today. It fell, so I only got to use it a couple times. It broke, so I'm trying to glue it right now, but so this is why I'm kind of having to hold my phone again. But yeah, I'm gonna cook this in here and cook it for a few minutes, and I'll show you the other ingredients that you're gonna need. Alright, so my onions are pretty soft. So now you're gonna add 3 cups of beef broth. I don't have any, I never do. So I'm just gonna use 3 cups of water and just one of these little cube beef bouillon things. I'm just gonna add, and I'm gonna be scrubbing the bottom of my pan to kind of get rid of all the little bits of flavor so it can get in the the pasta. So I'm gonna finish adding my broth and then I'll come back. All right, so I put in my little broth cube, and now you're gonna need, so you need 3 cups of beef broth, and you also need 2/3 of a cup of like pasta sauce. But I didn't want to open the whole jar, and I had some tomato paste left over in my fridge. I had about 1/3 of a cup, and I added 1/3 of a cup of water to make 2/3 of a cup, and I just added a tiny bit of sugar and some of this garlic and herb seasoning. I like to use what I have, and it always comes out tasting good in the end. And you're also going to need 8 ounces of pasta. I'm going to use some bow tie pasta. So you're just going to put that in here. And you're going to push down the pasta as much as you can so that all of it is touching some water. And you're going to pour your pasta sauce on top. And I'll show you guys in a minute, because I'm having to do this with one hand, so it's a little complicated. But I'll be right back. I'm going to put my pasta sauce on top. All right, so also for seasonings, I just did a little bit of salt, pepper, and you don't have to do this. You probably don't have that, but I had some of this burger seasoning. I added a little bit of that. You could do Montreal steak spice, some seasoning salt if you want, just whatever you like. It doesn't really matter, because the cheese we're going to add and the salt and pepper and all that is going to give it a lot of flavor. So I'm going to cook this on high for 5 minutes. On normal, like high pressure. 5 minutes. Also, you're gonna let it, you're gonna do the quick release once it's done, or else it's gonna overcook. All right, I'll be back once this is done. All right, so it got done and I released all the pressure, and I'm gonna be stirring this all up and adding about 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, but that's everything I have left, and about 1/2 cup of cheese. That's all I have left for cheese. So I'm gonna add this here and stir it up and show you what it looks like. So as you can see, what I like about the Instant Pot is the pasta comes out absolutely perfect. Like, it doesn't stick all together. It's perfectly al dente. And I added a tiny bit more salt and pepper. I tasted it. And I'm gonna just add my cheese and put the cover on and let that sit for a few minutes, and it's gonna be ready to go. All right, here it is, all super cheesy. And this was just 1/2 cup of cheese. Like, you don't need 2 cups of cheese. Like in all the recipes I see, I feel like the cheese is always a little insane. So this is only 12 right now, so I made this for tonight. This is basically meal prep. And this makes 4 big servings. And I'm going to be serving it with these peas that I'm going to steam with some butter and salt and pepper. I'll show you once it's plated later tonight. Alright, this is what it looks like plated up. I'll put the calories up once I have it calculated. But I think this is around 540 calories just for the pasta, which is a little more than I usually go for my dinners, but it's fine. It's all about balance. And there you have it. Some super easy Instant Pot hamburger helper. So for dinner today, I'm going to make something super quick and easy. And it's basically crockpot chicken gravy. You can either make it with a can of cream of chicken soup and a packet of chicken gravy, like the dry gravy mix, but I don't have any. But you can also make it with the can of cream of chicken, which I don't have, so I'm going to use cream of mushroom. It's fine, but I prefer with cream of chicken. And then you can add either ranch seasoning or like a packet of Italian salad dressing, the dry mix. You can pretty much season this with whatever you like. So I have just a tiny bit more than a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast in here. And I'm going to add my can of cream of mushroom, but you could do cream of chicken. I'm going to do If you're doing just a normal chicken gravy, you wouldn't make it with this and the cheese. But I want it to be kind of creamy cheesy since I'm doing ranch. So I'm going to be doing 3 tablespoons of plain Greek yogurt. And I have 3 somewhere. Where's my other one? 3 little Laughing Cow cheeses on here. I'll mix this up in my bowl. I'm so, oh my gosh, this morning my brain is not working. I'm gonna mix the seasonings in, like the sauce, in my bowl so I can taste it and see if it's good. So basically my seasoning, my Greek yogurt, and my cream chicken in the bowl, and I'll be right back. All right, so depending on what brand of cream of chicken you use, you might need to add a little bit of water. The Campbell's I find is really, really thick. Like it'll come out in one big blob. So I added about 1/4 of a can of water. And you might not need to add water if it's kind of liquidy. I added a teaspoon of parsley, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and about 2 teaspoons of my ranch seasoning. You could just taste it and then see. And I added some pepper too. So I'm just gonna put that over my chicken that I lightly seasoned, and put my 3 little Laughing Cows on top, and cook this on low for about 6 hours. And you can serve it with, like, you once it's cooked, excuse me, you can kind of like shred the chicken once it's cooked, and it makes like this kind of chicken gravy. And you can serve it with mashed potatoes or cooked pasta or rice. So I think I'm gonna do this with the 90-second already cooked rice with mine. And I'm gonna serve that with some broccoli, and I'll show you guys once this is cooked. I meant to mention, if you don't have the Laughing Cow wedges, you can definitely use like 3 tablespoons of cream cheese, and instead of the Greek yogurt you can use sour cream. I'll write the ingredients in the description. So I'm gonna cook this on low for about 6 hours. Alright, so that's what the chicken gravy looks like. I just shredded it up with 2 forks. And I think I'm going to serve it with pasta. I don't feel like rice. I have 4 servings. I can definitely do pasta for 1 meal. And then, why is it getting so foggy? And then rice for the other meal. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Alright. That's a better shot. It's dark over there. So that's my ranch chicken gravy. Alright, so here's my plate. I have some steamed broccoli, and I think I have 2 ounces of pasta. It came to like about a cup cooked. And chicken gravy on top. Oh, and for me that made 5 servings, not 4. So I will just buy calories and post it. Alright, so for dinner today I'm going to be making something really quick and easy again. I'm going to make some chicken fried rice. And tonight I'm just going to be making 2 servings, but in the description I'll write the recipe for 4 servings. So you're going to double up basically everything I'm doing today. So I'm going to use a box of this. And if you don't have it, you can use 1.5 cups of just cooked regular rice instead. I have 6 ounces of cooked chicken over here. I have an egg. And you want about, well, for me it's going to be about 1.25 cups of veggies. But you want about like 2.5 to 3 cups of veggies if you're doubling. But anyway, I have 1/3 cup of peas, 1/3 cup of carrots, some green onions, and about 1/2 cup of broccoli. And I'm gonna change my phone's spot and show you how I cook it. Oh, also to go with it, I got these teriyaki beef like skewers. I'm gonna cook that in my air fryer to go with my meal. Alright, so I'm just gonna add about a teaspoon. I'm not gonna measure. Just a tiny bit of oil. About a teaspoon, 1.5 of oil, just to cook my veggies. I'm gonna add all my veggies to my pan. probably should have got that started. And usually when I cook veggies like this for rice, I add a little bit of water to basically steam it, because I feel like my stove is so crazy that even on a lower heat, the veggies kind of dry out and burn before they get to cook through. So I'm gonna get this started and add a little bit of water to steam the vegetables. Oops, actually I forgot my piece. And the rice box, the rice I'm using, actually you need to use the seasoning packet with 1/3 cup of water, so I'm gonna definitely do that. But if you don't have this and you're just using normal rice, you can add some soy sauce, about 2-3 tablespoons of soy sauce. For my seasonings, I'm just gonna do some salt and pepper and garlic powder. I would use fresh garlic, but I'm being lazy today. Gonna wing it. Maybe half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I would add an onion, but I don't have any, so I'm just using like a green onion. It's still gonna be really good. Okay, so I'm gonna cook this for maybe 5 minutes until they soften up, and I'll be back. That's what I mean. I've been adding a little bit of water, like 1/4 of a cup at a time, and just basically steaming my veggies as they cook. Okay, so my veggies are almost done. I'm gonna be adding my chicken just to warm it up. I have 6 ounces here. I do want a lot of protein and chicken in this. You can probably do less if you want. I'd say it's about a good cup. Cut up chicken. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the spice mix here just to season the chicken. But so you could probably just do like a tablespoon at this point of the soy sauce. I don't want my veggies to be mushy. I want them to be still a little bit of a bite. I think I'm actually going to cook my egg at this point before adding my rice. My pans are horrible with eggs. They stick like there's no tomorrow. Add a little bit of oil. You can do however many eggs you want. Try to keep the calories kind of low. Salt and pepper. Scramble my egg a bit. Probably should do 2 eggs, but one's fine. Just a quick and easy dinner tonight. Once my egg is done, I'm gonna add my rice. See, it already wants to stick. I need some new pans. my egg with my veggies and chicken. Yeah, I think 1 egg is good. Just kind of winging it here. Alright, so this is 1.5 cups of already cooked rice. I didn't warm it up or anything. The best way to make fried rice is with cold cooked rice. So whatever rice you have leftover cooked rice. This is perfect for that. And I'm gonna do my seasoning. Just gonna warm this all up. Gonna make 2 big servings. Actually, I could probably cut it in 3 servings. I might do that. Let's see what it looks like once it's all done. This is a lot healthier than Chinese takeout. Way less fat and oil. More chicken, more veggies. All good things. Oh, I think my skewers are done. For a few minutes, I'm gonna check on my skewers. Alright, so my chicken fried rice is done. I'd say that's definitely 3 servings for me and my daughter. So I'll split that in 3. And so if you double it, it would make 6 servings. Or, you know, however many you want. And my chicken skewers are done too. So I'm going to have that on the side. I'll plate it up and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, here's my dinner plated up. That's 1/3 of the recipe. And I have 2 of the little teriyaki beef skewers. And I put 1 each in my daughter's in the spare meal. Yeah, and it's really, really good.